ya sí se siente más los 2 primeros días, 2, 3 días, ya después ya se acostumbra y ya, está bien. O sea, en México pues hay poco trabajo, mucha gente, poco trabajo y pues mal pagado. Entonces pues, vinimos acá pues, que nos rinde más el dinero en el tiempo que estamos aquí. Y como le digo, pues nosotros vinimos porque el patrón necesita gente, pues, o sea, los patrones necesitan trabajadores, nosotros necesitamos dinero y a cambio de eso.
Life for farm workers hasn't changed much since the Grapes of Wrath. The conditions are still sub-poverty wages, terrible housing, shameful housing conditions, 10 to 14-hour days of work, very little protection.
Pues es primera vez que vengo aquí, pero también pues, no estoy muy, o sea, no he estado muy de acuerdo con el trabajo, ¿verdad? Porque es muy poco lo que pagan, y trabajan a uno muy duro, o sea.
Over 120,000 migrant and seasonal farm workers seek work in the fields of North Carolina every year. The vast majority of these workers are from Mexico.
In agriculture, the last number said that over 50%, 52% in the U.S. of agricultural workers were undocumented. Our agricultural system and many other low-wage industries are dependent on an exploitable, low-wage workforce.
In farm labor, what we're talking about here, when I say a highly exploitable workforce, I'm talking about men and women who do not have the same labor rights that you and I have.
Farm workers have been specifically excluded from many of the benefits that other workers have come to have gained. And for one, collective bargaining rights. They don't have the mechanism and the right to organize by law. They were excluded from that National Labor Relations Act in 1935. That was a very significant exclusion. And they've continued to be excluded from protection, legislative protection, that other workers have enjoyed for decades.
Las condiciones pues no eran nada agradables porque no había baños, no daban agua, trabajaba uno bajo las inclemencias del tiempo muy fuertes.
Housing is one area where standards exist to protect farm workers.
There was a law passed in 1989 that had to do with migrant farm worker housing. It was called the Migrant Housing Act of North Carolina. And from that time forward, anybody housing one or more migrants needs to register with this department and have the housing inspected prior to occupancy.
¿Cómo está la casa?
Pues está bien, nada más que pues aquí no dan, o sea, no le dan como donde acostarse más que en el suelo.
En el suelo
sí,
nomás.
en la alfombra, no hay camas.
¿Cuántos viven ahí?
Somos 11.
6.
11.
11.
Sí, 11.
¿Y qué grande está la casa?
Está grande, es trailer. Sí, tiene 2 cuartos, pero pues, la mayoría duerme en la sala, sí.
Todos juntos.
Algunos en la alfombra nada más.
Some of the camps are extremely nice. Concrete block, air conditioning, extremely clean. Sanitation is 100%. I mean, they're really nice places.
The Department of Labor's Gold Star Grower Program is for growers whose housing meets or exceeds 100% of the housing inspection requirements for several years running. Frank Howell is a farmer in Wayne County. Howell takes pride in providing quality housing and in being a Gold Star grower.
For me, it's a sense of pride to have a good camp, and I've got a lot of money invested in it, and if they didn't have the Gold Star program, that really doesn't mean anything to me. I go in there every year and clean it up and get it back just like it was when it was brand new.
There are sub-camps that are substandard that, and most of those are camps that we don't inspect, to be honest with you, and there's still quite a few of those that we don't know about or nobody reports to us. And those camps would be very substandard. I've seen some that would, not be suitable for anybody to stay in for a period of time. The standards are very minimal, so we can only enforce up to the standards or the codes that we have.